Hello everyone, welcome to this video where we are required to state the values of sine theta, cosine theta, and tangent theta, which is this angle. This is the angle theta that we are talking about in this right angle triangle. And step 1, with respect to this angle theta, we have to identify the sides. Okay, we name the sides first, okay? And so, I always start off with the hypotenuse, where hypotenuse will be the angle that is opposite the right angle. So this is my hypo. Hype for short. And this length df makes the angle theta with hypo. So in this case here, this will be my adjacent side. And the last side that we are looking at is this. The opposite side do not touch the angle at all. It is directly opposite to the angle. And once I have identified the sides, then I will be able to do the 3 ratios immediately. So for sine will be this particular. So, which means that sine S of the angle theta is equal to the opposite side. Opposite side would be 40 divided by my hypo h. So in this case is 58. And do leave your answers to the simplest form. And in this case, I could continue to simplify this as 20 over 29. Now let's look at my cosine. Green color. Cosine is C car. So cosine of the angle theta is equals to my A, which will be 42, divided by my H, hypo, 58. Again, do leave your answer to the simplest form. In this case, is 21 over 29. And the last ratio would be my tangent ratio, where it will be opposite, which is 40, divided by my adjacent side, 42. Again, do leave your answers to the simplest form, 20 over 21. With that, we have come to the end of this question. Let's stay tuned for more questions on this particular topic on trigonometry. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are required to find the value of x, okay, in each right angle triangle where the unit of the length is cm. So value of x. Alright, let's see what we are given. So in this question, we are given x as this length here, and 18. And we are also given the angle here. So, with respect to this angle, I am going to step 1, identify the sides that x and 18 is currently is. 18 is it is the side that is directly opposite the right angle. So that will be my hypo. X don't touch the angle, 33. and it is directly opposite that angle 33, so it is opposite angle. And with my O and my H, I then look at the three trigonometric ratios here, tuakaso, and see which ratio do I have both O and H. O, H. This means that I am going to make use of the sine ratio to solve this problem. So sine of 33 degrees is equals to opposite, which is my x, divided by my hypo, 18. So I'm going to multiply 18 on both sides, such that the next line will be this. And therefore, from here, you can see that x is equals to 18 times sine of 33 degrees. So when I key into the calculator, I will get 9.8035 to about 5 significant figures for accuracy. Before rounding off to 3 significant figure, 9.80. Alright, and since we are talking about value of x, x is 9.80. That is the value of x. To 3 significant figures. Hello everyone, welcome to this problem where we are required to find the value of x in this right angle triangle, and we are also given 9.87 for this length, and the one of the angle here is 27 degrees. Now, with respect to this 27 degrees, I'm going to start to identify the sides for x. X is directly opposite the right angle, so my x is my hypotenuse. 9.87, this length, makes the angle 27 with the hypo. This is my adjacent side. And therefore, which ratio of the three, tuakaso, tangent, cosine, sine, have my adjacent and my hypo? Adjacent and my hypo. Yes, I am going to use the cosine ratio. So cosine 27 degrees is equals to adjacent side divided by my hypo, in this case is x. And using my algebraic manipulation, I'm going to times x on both sides and divide by cosine 27 degrees on both sides, so that the next line you see looks like this. And from here, you will get the following answer. 11.077 to 5 significant figures, followed by 3 significant value, 11.11. And since we are talking about the value of x, the value of x is indeed 11.1 to 3 significant figures. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are going to find the value of the angle theta given the following sides. So we would have 16 here, 13 here with the angle theta here. So step 1 is then to identify the sides, given sides with respect to the angle theta. So 16 is directly opposite the right angle. This will be my hypo. The length 13 is making the angle theta with hypo. This will be my adjacent side. And out of the 3 ratio, tuaka and so, which trigonometric ratio could I use? I have my A and H now. A and H. So I am going to use my cosine ratio to help me solve this problem. So cosine of this angle is equal to adjacent side 13 divided by my hypo 16. So therefore the angle theta, the value of this theta will be equals to the cosine inverse of 13 over 16. And when you key into your calculator, it is 35.659. To 5 significant first before final answer, 35.7 to 1 decimal place, since this is angles in degree. Yep. With that, we have come to the end of this particular problem, and let's continue to solve more problems. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given a right angle triangle, okay? And we are supposed to find x and y. So let's take a look. Well, we are given the angle 63.2 degrees here. So this is what I'm going to make use of. So with respect to this particular angle, I'm going to identify the sides for x and 48. Okay, so this will be my hypo with respect to 63.2 degrees, and this will be my adjacent side, as hypo and adjacent side make the angle. And with A and H, which of the 3 trigonometric ratios should I use? Yes, so I'm going to use my cosine ratio to help me solve for x. Cosine 63.2 degrees will be equal to adjacent side 48 over my hypo, which is my x. So I am going to multiply by x on both sides and divide by cosine of 63.2 degree on both sides, such that it will look like this in the next line. Thereafter, please use your calculator well to find the answer for x. This will give me a value of 106.459. Well, this is to 6 significant figures, followed by 3 significant figure answer, 106 cm. For y, I will first need to identify the sides for y with respect to this same angle, 63.2. So this is my opposite side. And I am going to use my adjacent side again, 48, since it is the exact value. And now with A and O, which of the trigonometric ratio should I use? Yes, it will be my tangent ratio that I am going to make use of to solve for my y. So tangent of 63.2 degrees is equals to opposite divided by adjacent. So all I have to do is simply to multiply 48 on both sides. And that will enable us to find the value of y. Therefore, after I key in 48 times tangent 63.2 degrees, I would get the following answer: 0.024 to about 5 significant figures. I usually write 5 to 6 significant figures before I write the final answer in 3 decimal place. Alright, with that, we have come to the end of this particular question. Let's continue to other math problems. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given the following right angle triangle with the angle here. So I'm going to solve for x first, right? With respect to 38.7 degrees. I have my x and I have 29.2 here. Step 1, identify the sides. So this will be my hypo, which is opposite the right angle. Hypo and adjacent side. Make the angle that we are looking at, in this case 38.7 degrees. And so with A and H, which of the following trigonometric ratio should I use? Yes, cosine. So cosine 38.7 degree is equals to my A, which is x, divided by my H, hypo, 29.2. So when I multiply 29.2 on both sides, that will enable us to find the answer for x. So therefore, my x, after I key into my calculator, I first give to about 5 to 6 significant figures, in this case 7, 8, 9. Final answer, 22.8 cm to 3 SF, 3 significant figures. And then, moving on to my y. Okay, using back the same angle. So for my y will be my opposite side. I'm going to use the hypo also because hypo is given. So with H and O and H, which of the 3 trigonometric ratios should I use? Yes, sine ratio. So sine of 38.7 degree is equals to opposite, which is y, divided by my hypo. So once I have established this, I will then be able to get, so I could get the value of y by multiplying 29.2 on both sides. So after keying into the calculator, this will give me a value of 18.257 to 5 significant figure first, before I round off to 3 significant figure, 18.3 cm. Alright, and with that we have come to the end of this question. Let's move on to more questions. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given this diagram and we are required to find the value of x and of theta. Okay, and so for this question, let's look at x first. So for x, I'm going to focus my attention to this blue color triangle. Okay, so for this blue color triangle, which is also a right angle triangle, my x will be opposite side O with respect to angle 55 degrees. My 6 will be my adjacent side, since it makes the angle together with the hypo. So, with O and A, which of the 3 trigonometric ratios should I use? Yes, tangent. So I'm going to make use of the tangent ratio of 55 degrees to help us solve for x. O divided by A, so it's x divided by 6. And from here, I will then be able to get the value of x. X is simply, I'm going to multiply 6 on both sides of this equation. And therefore, after I key into my calculator, I will get 8.5689 to about 5 significant figures, followed by 3 significant figures, 8.57. And that will be the value of x. Okay, if we are talking about value, we don't need to put units. And now let's turn our focus to the green color triangle here. And if we were to find the angle theta, which is up here, I would then have to identify the sides with respect to this angle theta. And this will be my hypotenuse. X now is my adjacent side, since x and the hypo make the angle theta. And so, with H and A and H, to solve for the angle theta, which trigonometric ratio should I use? Yes, it will be my cosine ratio. So cosine of the theta is equal to my A, which is my x. Do take note that instead of writing 8.57, I am going to use this. This will be the most accurate version. So my x is 6 tangent 55 degree, adjacent side divide by my hypo 14.8. So when I key into my calculator to find the angle theta, the value of this theta is simply the cosine inverse of this. So all I have to do now is to key into my calculator carefully. This will give me 54.621 to about 5 or 6 significant figure. Since this is an angle in degree, 54.6 to 1 decimal place. Again, since we are talking about value, that's why I do not put down any units, alright? And let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given the following diagram and we are required to find the value of x and of theta. For x, let's channel our attention to this particular blue color right angle triangle. And so, with respect to this angle, 39 degree, identify the sides. In this case, x is hypo, and the 12 will be my opposite side. So with O and H, Which of the three trigonometric ratios should I use? Yes, I'm going to make use of sine ratio. In this case, sine 39 degrees is equals to opposite, which is 12, divided by my hypo x. And therefore, I'm going to multiply x on both sides, as well as divide by sine 39 degrees on both sides. And this will give me a value of 19.06825 significant figures, followed by 19.1 3SF. And because we are talking about a value, that's why I did not put down any units in this case. Let's turn our attention to the angle theta. And for this angle theta, I do need to channel my focus to the whole green color triangle, which covers the whole ABC. So that is the whole green color triangle. And from here, then with respect to this angle theta, I would have 10 plus 12, 22 cm, and I realized that I will need the value of BC, so that with respect to this angle theta, this is my adjacent side and this is my opposite side. And to find BC, I have to go back to the blue color triangle again. Okay, so I'm going to just draw out the blue color triangle out, do a quick sketch. (39°). And from here, how can I find the length BC? Okay, so for BC, I'm going to use purple color. 39 degrees here. I have my opposite side. I have my adjacent side. So with O and A, to find BC, I have to tap on my tangent ratio. Opposite divided by adjacent, 12 divided by my length BC. So again, I'm going to multiply BC on both sides, as well as dividing by tangent 39 degrees on both sides. And this will give me a value of 14.819 to find SF. And I stop there because this length is not the final answer. This length is just part of the working to find my angle theta. So I have successfully gotten 14.819 here. And now back to the triangle, green color triangle ABC. Then I got my opposite and my adjacent already. Again, O and A, I'm going to use my tangent ratio. So tangent theta equals to opposite 14.819, which is the BC, divided by my adjacent side, 22. And therefore, the value of theta will be simply the inverse of this tangent, 14.819 divided by 22. This will give me a value of 33.964. 5 significant figure first, followed by, since this is in degree, 34.0, okay, to 1 decimal place. With that, we have come to the end of this question. So if you like this question and you like this video at this point in time, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Let's continue to do other maths problems. Hello everyone, welcome to this question. We are given ABC triangle. And D is a point on BC such that CD is 6 cm. We are also given AC and AD and also an angle of 38 degrees. For part A, show that angle ADC is 90 degrees. So we are going to focus on this triangle here, where we are given these 3 lengths. And to prove for right angle, part A, we just need to apply the converse of Pythagoras theorem. Yeah, where I would have my CD square plus AD square, which is 6 square plus 8 square. This one is equals to 100. I also look at my AC square, and I realize that they give me the same value. And when that happens, we can safely conclude, since my AC square and my CD square plus AD square is equal to each other, by the converse of Pythagoras theorem, angle ADC is indeed 90 degrees, and this is indeed a right angle triangle. Next question, part B, find the length of BD. I'm going to tap on this 38 degrees and this length here. Okay, this is also a right angle triangle, and therefore, by identifying that this 8 cm is the opposite side of angle 38 degrees, and we are supposed to find BD, which is the adjacent side, with tua kaso. So for part B, with tua ka and so, out of these 3 trigonometric ratio, which ratio should I use where there is O and A? Yes, that will be my tangent ratio. So tangent 38 degree will be equals to my opposite side, 8, divided by my adjacent side, which is DB, the length that we are going to find. I am going to multiply DB on both sides, and then divide by tangent 38 on both sides, so that I can get this, and my answer for DB would then be 10.2395 to about 6 significant figure, 3 significant figure, 10.2 cm. Hence, find the area and perimeter of this particular triangle ABC. To find the area of triangle ABC, it is pretty straightforward. Come, let me just duplicate this triangle so that I can create more space at the side. So give me a while. Okay, come, let's focus on my part C here. So for part C, right, the area will then be first. I've gotten my dB, 10.2395. So the area would be half times base, 6 plus 10.2 times height, 8. So this will be my height of the triangle, and this will be my base of the triangle. So area of triangle ABC is then equals to half times base times height. $64.958. Final answer 65.0 cm square to 3 significant figures. As for the perimeter though, I still require this length. Okay, and to find this length, I am going to tap on my knowledge of trigonometric ratio again. Angle is 38. I'm going to use my opposite side as well as my hypo. So, tua ka so. O and H. O and H. I am going to use, my sign. So for part 2, I will first need to find my length AB first. Opposite divide by my hypo, so it's 8 divided by my hypo AB. So I'm going to multiply AB on both sides as well as divide by sine 38 on both sides. And I'm going to leave it as it is because this is part of the working, yeah? And therefore, I can find my perimeter now. Perimeter of triangle ABC is therefore equals to 10 plus 6 plus 10.2395 plus my AB, which is 8 over sine 38 degrees. And you just have to key into your calculator, and that will give me this particular answer. And that will be 39.234, 39.2 cm. With that, we have come to the end of this particular problem. And let's continue to work on other questions. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given this diagram, and we are also given the sum of the length and the angle 26 degrees. Find the length AC. Okay, AC is this. We are given 26 degrees as well as 14. So with respect to the angle 26 degree, I would then start to identify the sides first. Yeah. Okay. So with O and A, the next thing that comes to my mind is actually given tua ka so, the 3 trigonometric ratio. Which ratio will help me to solve this question? I've got O, I need to find my A. Yes, I am going to tap on tangent ratio to help me solve So it will be O, which is 14, over my A, which is the AC length that I'm supposed to find. Yep. So from here, I'm going to multiply AC on both sides, as well as divide by tangent 26 on both sides to give me this particular line. And then I will be able to get my length AC. 28.704 to about 5 significant figures. 28.7 cm to 3 significant figures. Now for part B, let's zoom in first. We will then need to find the perpendicular distance of A to BC. What does this mean? Well, this means that if I were to draw this distance out now, it will have to be from A. I'm going to use green color, sorry. It will be this length. Okay? Which is perpendicular. And because we already gotten the length AC, length AC is 28.704. Our efforts now will look at this green color right angle triangle now. And of course, I'm going to let this length, this perpendicular length be H. So that is what I'm going to do now for part B, right? Do let people know that we are going to let the perpendicular line or perpendicular distance, which is the word that they use in this question, from A to BC be H cm. So people know that this is indeed H. Then, applying Tuakaso, step 1. H will be with respect to 26 degree. H will be my opposite. AC will be my hypo. Since the right angle now is here, then with O and H, then I can tap on sine ratio now to help me solve for H. Opposite over hypo. So all we have to do is to multiply 28.704 to both sides. And I will get my answer. Okay. .583 to 5 significant figure. Final answer 12.6 cm 3SF. With that, we have come to the end of this problem. So let's continue to other questions. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given this quadrilateral ABCD and some of the length is given as well as the angles. Find the perpendicular distance of D to AB and BC. Okay, I'm going to now first construct this line first. So, this is what I'm going to do. First of all, we do need to know roughly where is this line. So, it will be here. This will be my perpendicular line, which I'm going to label it as X. Later I will write a short statement on that. As for my BC, the perpendicular to BC will be here. So I'm going to label it as Y. So right, every time you introduce a variable, it is a good practice to just let people know. So for A part 1, where I'm going to work on this X, I do need to let people know. So let the perpendicular distance from D to AB be XCM. Then we can proceed to focus on our efforts on this particular right angle triangle. Yes? Where with respect to 60 degree, I will then be able to see that my X is my opposite side of 60 degree. My 21 is my hypotenuse. So, tuakaso with O and H, I am going to tap on which trigonometric ratio now? Yes, my sine ratio. Sine 60 degree then will be equals to my opposite, which is my X, divided by my hypo, which is 21. So I'm going to multiply 21 on both sides in order for me to get the value of X. And in this case, my X will be equals to 18.1865 to about 6 significant figures, followed by 3 significant figures for the answer. For part 1. Part 2. Same thing. Just write out the short statement. I'm going to let the perpendicular distance from D to, in this case now, is BC, BY, CM. In this case here, do take note, Y is this particular length here. So if we were to find this length here, which I will to name it as Z, then I will be able to find my Y, because the whole length AB is 34, right? So of course in this particular question, I would also need to let the distance from A to D to X BZ cm. Okay, and so with Z, then look, going back to here, my Z with respect to 60 degree will be my adjacent side. And with hypo, A and H, I'm going to tap on my cosine 60 degree. Okay, so cosine 60 degree. And to make life easier for us, I'm going to just cut this out and place it here so that we could focus on this. And everybody can see, makes it easier. So cosine 60 degree is equals to adjacent Z divided by my hypo 21. So I will be able to get my Z pretty easily. And because this is part of the working, I will just leave it as it is. And to find my Y, therefore, my Y is simply 34, which is this whole length, minusing my Z. And when you press your key into your calculator, you will get 23.5 cm, exact value. Alright. And let's move on to part B. Okay, now that I know my Y is equal to 23.5, I will just write it down there. Find the angle BCD, which is this highlighted angle there. Then we could just focus on this particular right angle triangle. So for part B, I'm going to just cut this triangle out and do at the side, okay? So part B. With this, I will then be able to, this will be my angle BCD. Then with respect to this angle BCD, this is my hypo and this is my opposite side. So tua kaso, given O and H, I'm going to tap on my sine ratio. So sine of angle BCD is equals to opposite, which is my Y, 23.5, divided by my hypo, 25. So I will be able to get my angle BCD easily. 70.052 to 5 significant figure. Final answer to 1 degree. And this is for part B. And for part C, find the length of BC. Okay, this is quite straightforward because I could rely back on to find BC. Going to just cut out this whole triangle, this whole diagram out. And just move this here so that we could work on my part C here. So to find the length of BC, I already have x here previously. So my job now is therefore to find this particular length here. Yeah, which I'm going to call it m. So let m be the distance from C to D to Y. And so I'm going to apply my Tuakaso again. And then, since y is an exact value, right, I'm going to use Pythagoras theorem. So m square plus 23.5 square is equals to 25 square. This is a right angle triangle, yeah? So therefore my m square is equals to 25 square minus away my 23.5 square, after which I will then be able to get this answer. So my m is simply the square root of 72.75. Since m is not the final answer, I will leave it as it is. And I will then be able to get BC now. BC will be equals to x. And x, previously we found it to be 18.1865. And I'm going to add the m now. M is square root of 72.75. And when I key into the calculator, this will give me the value of 26.716. To find significant figure, final answer 26.7 cm. So as you can see, for problems involving trigonometric ratios, right, Pythagoras theorem is pretty useful, okay? And with that, we have come to the end of this pretty long question. And let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given a trapezium. Okay, so we have a pair of parallel lines as shown. AD is parallel to BC. And the following information is given. AD is 1 meter, AB is 2 meter, angle BAD and angle BEC are 90 degrees, and BCE is 55 degrees. For the first question, our focus then is to look at this set of angle such that this angle and this angle, there's a special relationship. What it is? Yes, they are interior angles of a parallel lines. So for part A, angle ADC is simply 180 degree minus away 55 degree. Yep, because this is interior angles. Okay? With AD being parallel to BC. For part B, find angle BDE. Therefore, this requires me to now draw a straight line. And this will be the angle here that we are looking at. Alright. So to solve this BDE, I am going to find this angle first. Alright, because if I know the blue color angle and I do know the red color angle, which is the whole thing here from part A, then I just need to minus away the blue color angle, right? And so to find the blue color angle ADB, I just need to focus on this right angle triangle now. So with respect to the blue color angle ADB, this happens to be my adjacent side and this is my opposite side. So for part B, I could apply my trigo ratio. So out of these three ratio, which one should I use? I got O and A. Yes, tangent. So tangent angle ADB is equals to opposite 2 divided by adjacent side 1. So therefore angle ADB is equals to tangent inverse of 2 divided by 1. And I will get a value of 63.435 to 5 significant figures. And then to find my angle BDE, well, it's pretty straightforward already, isn't it? I simply use my 125 degree, which is the ADC, minusing my ADB. And this will give me a value of 61.565. Final answer, 61.6 degree to 1 decimal place. Let's move on to the last part of this question. Well, this last part of this question deals with the length BC and to solve for this length, it will be good if I somehow have either BE or EC, since I already have this angle here, yeah? And let's see what we do have. We do have this 61.565. And wait a minute. I could find the length BE using this black color right angle triangle. Yeah, because I could find the length BD using Pythagoras theorem. Since I already got my 2 and my 1 here. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to now, for this particular question, I'm going to just cut out this diagram out and just place it oval so that we can easily refer to this diagram as we solve for part C. Okay, so step 1 is to find the length BD. So the length BD square is equals to 2 square plus 1 square, where we are looking at the blue color triangle. Okay, that will give, this is by Pythagoras theorem. So this will give me 5. So my BD is simply the square root of 5. And I leave it as such because this is the most accurate and this is part of the working. And from here, I can then find my BE because I've got my angle BDE. 61.565 degree. I got my length BD now. So, with respect to 61.565 degree, this will be my opposite side. My BD, square root 5 is my hypo. So, given tua ka so, where I have my opposite and my H, which ratio will help us to solve for BE? Yes, my sine ratio. So sine of 61.565 degree equals to opposite over my hypo, which is square root 5. So all we have to do is to multiply square root 5 on both sides. And press the calculator. And this will give me a value of 1.9663 to find significant figure for my BE. And I have this already, 1.9663. And then we can now focus on the green color triangle now. Where we are required to find BC. So BC happens to be my hypo with respect to 53 degrees here. My BE is my opposite side. And therefore with O and H again, we are going to tap on our sine ratio again. So sine of 55 degree is equal to opposite, which is 1.9663 dividing by my hypo BC. And from here I can then times BC on both sides and divide by 1 sine 55 degree on both sides. And finally, I will then be able to get my final answer soon. 2.40025 significant figure. Final answer in 3 significant figure. And with that, we have come to the end of this particular question. So if you like this video at any point in time, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.